Let's start off our conversation. Joining me on the telecast is Advocate Aman Lekhi. He is the former Additional Solicitor General. Thank you, Advocate Lekhi, for joining me. And my first question to you about the developments. How do you view, first of all, the petition in court, the 3-judge bench that has been constituted by the Chief Justice of India, and at the same time, parallelly, things that are happening in the Parliament? There has been quite a commotion that has been built on the impeachment motion that is being sought by members of Parliament in Rajya Sabha and in Lok Sabha as well.
Well, this petition is utterly misconceived. It doesn't lie. Insofar as the process is concerned, the process is constitutionally sanctioned, followed by, accompanied by the Judges Inquiry Act. So what is necessary is that the initiation of the process, acceptance by the Speaker or the Chairman, in this case the Joint Committee, and thereafter the Inquiry Committee. Whatever I read the newspaper, this petition challenges the opinion, the recommendation of the former Chief Justice insofar as impeachment is concerned. Now, that is not in any way integral to the impeachment process. The impeachment process will stand or fall on the basis of the substantive procedural requirements that it has necessary to follow. And the problems otherwise in the in-house procedure will have absolutely no bearing on this particular process. Even insofar as the submissions made by the learned judge is concerned, insofar as the merits of the matter is concerned, that is reversal of the onus, etc., that in my opinion doesn't really take his case any far. As far as the in-house procedure is concerned, it's more or less like a screening committee. It just justifies the initiation of the impeachment process. The impeachment process has the first step of the impeachment process, as far as submission is by the parliamentarians is concerned, has started. It depends upon it's been accepted, whereafter the Judge Inquiry Committee will take over. So whatever has happened, the in-house procedure will, in my opinion, really have very little bearing on the outcome of the impeachment process.
Okay, now what are going to be the next steps when we talk about the in-house inquiry and then an impeachment process that you said is going to be started in the Parliament? What is going to be the end goal? Is this the final step, or if proven guilty, Justice Varma is also going to be charged on a criminal case against him for the corruption charge that has been leveled against him?
I couldn't follow the question. This is an impeachment process. As the criminal proceedings are concerned, they are completely different. It's got nothing to do with the criminal proceedings. That has a different regimen altogether. Insofar as this process is concerned, the process commences with the submission of a notice of motion. The notice of motion has to be of a prescribed number of MPs, depending upon whether it's Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. Thereafter, it is admitted. On its being admitted, an inquiry committee is constituted. The inquiry committee then submits a report. The report is debated, and on the basis of whatever the recommendation finding, if the requisite majority passes it, then the judge is impeached. That is the process which is there. The next step would be, insofar as admission of the process is concerned and constitution, should it be admitted of the inquiry committee in terms of the Judges Inquiry Act.
Okay, all right. And talking about this furor that has been created, where the former chairman of Rajya Sabha has accepted the submission of the 63 members of Parliament in Rajya Sabha. Even before Om Birla, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, could accept the 145 of those in notices that had been filed by the members of Parliament seeking the impeachment of Justice Varma. What is your view on all this that has been going on? Do you think this is just a political slugfest that we see, with one political party trying to take responsibility and try to take credit for this whole situation?
Well, the law contemplates the motion can be moved in both houses. It's not unusual that it's moved only in one. It can be moved simultaneously on the same day in two houses. The only condition thereafter is it's moved simultaneously. In that event, the chairman and the speaker will jointly constitute the committee which has to inquire. So insofar as any prioritization is concerned, that is not something which is legally relevant. Insofar as optics is concerned, perhaps it may have certain significance. But law itself contemplates a situation where there will be simultaneously in both houses separate notices of motion and contemplates a procedure to deal with it. And that will necessarily follow the mandate of the law. And that is The committee to be eventually constituted will be jointly constituted by the Speaker and the Chairman. That's all the law contemplates. So I really don't know what has happened with the Vice President. Everything is in the realm of speculation. It's not for us to in any way guess what has happened. That is for whatever information will come later on. And so the impeachment process is concerned, it can be filed in the Rajya Sabha. It can also be filed on the same day in the Lok Sabha. And if that happens, then as far as the committee is concerned, it will be jointly constituted. That's the law.
Okay, absolutely. And talking about the petition that has been filed by Judge Yashwant Varma in the Supreme Court, what are the clauses on which he is arguing his case?
I don't know what clauses he's arguing. Whatever I know is whatever is in the public domain. Whatever I have read, because I haven't seen the petition, whatever I have read is he's saying reversing of the onus of proof and a procedural impropriety in the process, and he's asked for quashing of the recommendation of impeachment. I personally feel it's legally misconceived. Insofar as the grounds are concerned, the grounds are untenable. Reversal of onus of proof in any case is not something which is unheard of in law. In this particular case, when money is found in a person's house, the onus to explain is there. As far as the committee is concerned, this is a summary inquiry. This is not a judicial inquiry in the traditional sense to have all the norms of due process incorporated in it. As long as there is a due method which has been followed for opinion, which is prima facie made out, insofar as the recommendation is concerned, the recommendation is unexceptionable. And that said, as I said in the beginning, as far as the impeachment process is concerned, the impeachment process is absolutely independent. And if the MPs, the requisite number of MPs make the recommendation and thereafter it is accepted by the Speaker, the Chairman, then the law kicks in,
right,
whatever the recommendation otherwise the Chief Justice.
Right, absolutely. And talking about, in the history of Indian law, if the Indian judiciary, has there been a case similar to this that has come to the fore where an impeachment of judge has happened after parliamentary decision being taken on the same matter?
Impeachment after parliamentary decision, I don't follow. The impeachment will always be on
a motion that has been passed in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha for the impeachment of a judge. Has a similar case happened in the past in the history of law in our country?
No, as far as this particular case is concerned, it's in some way unique in the sense it is putting into sharp focus the in-house procedure mechanism and has raised issues as to what method has to be adopted by the in-house committee and how it has to be adjusted to the impeachment process. And apart from looking into the procedural infractions the judge is saying has actually happened in it. So in the issues which are raised here, it's not as if the first time an in-house committee has come before the court. There have been instances of it has come, but the issues raised here are in many ways distinct.
Okay. All right. And why is it that there is so much commotion over the charges that have been leveled against Justice Varma? This is a case that has been going on for months together.
Why should there not be commotion? This is if something of this magnitude comes into public domain, and as far as accountability is concerned, it kicks in. And notwithstanding the importance of the integrity of the judicial process, as far as accountability and transparency is concerned, are equally relevant. And questions are raised which require answers, and those answers are in a system which in some way has been devised to deal with this particular this particular aspect, and we are all engaged with it in the manner in which we should. So this is something which should be there in a healthy democracy, in which you raise questions, demand answers, enforce accountability, and then adopt the requisite legal procedures for the purposes of fixing responsibility should there be any infraction which has been identified and judicially or constitutionally legally proved.
All right, thank you, Advocate Lekhi, for joining us and sharing your views.